Okay, how is everyone today?
Hi!
This first piece is it's about the summer I had, I guess. So I went home for the first time in about a year, and this is what I came up with. This summer I thought I would write 1,000,001 poems and sonnets. I would embody a young Shakespeare with promise, a young Van Gogh as my heart echoed, young man go with such knowledge. I'd be outside living, not an internship stuck in the office. The summer I thought I'd come back with tons and tons of new material, full of life, full of inspiration that I could draw words from a mute. I could finish lines and make them intertwine and even make parallel lines loop. I was so ready. I was so ready to go home and take in every experience, moment and outburst. I knew that I should always have my pen and pad ready because the words would write themselves. I just had to leave the house first. I mean, forget the housework, the dishes, the cleaning, the chores. I wanted to explore the ceiling for its ceilings, its floors, its feng shui, its decor, its aura, its couture, the love for the allure, and take deep breaths as I pause and sigh and release the words, what more could I ask for? Unfortunately, things didn't quite go to plan, and quite is an understatement. It was completely the adjacent. I searched my heart for a word, a sentence, a statement, and I couldn't even make it. I got complacent, you know, my mind was slightly jaded. I forgot that in order to make it, I had to take my feet, more than my feet, to different places. I wouldn't say I had writer's block, I just chose not to write a lot. I wanted to live without the pressures and expectations of me producing something that people would like a lot. So I went back to the basics. I even forgot about being creative. I just wanted to live and be patient and let life take me wherever I was destined to make it. I hope you all had a great summer, because mine was amazing. I love to share with you all the best part. And to some it won't seem so special, but in the generation we live in, what we did was almost extraterrestrial. We stayed in the house for almost a week. We turned off our phones with no internet or Wi-Fi. We bonded, slept on the floor, and entertained ourselves from morning to night sky. When you're having fun, it's crazy how time flies. For a week we were human. And I say that at the risk of sounding confusion, but honestly, sometimes I sit on trains or walk around during the day and see people so consumed by technology they don't even notice your pain or your smile. We become so attached to our devices that some of us don't even know where our real life is. But back to the story. Just some young kids lost in our own conversations. Music, politics, art, love, and vocations. We argued about love and the true definition. You know, it's crazy that the definition isn't so blatant. You know what the funniest thing I realized was? When we love and then break up and find it impossible to make up, and you say reason being what I give just wasn't enough, half the time we don't realize that's because we all have different definitions of love. And that's crazy to me. You picture it, one word, two meanings. So my interpretation isn't always a reflection of what she's been dreaming. So how can we build a solid foundation when the texture of our bricks are made to build two different ceilings? Or maybe I'm overthinking the whole thing and the measure of love is in the feeling. This proves my point regardless. The summer challenged everything I believe in. My summer was cool, probably the best one yet. Spontaneous road trips at 2 a.m. And right now I believe that we are the neo-renaissance, the new rebirth. I could care less if these jeans work, just if my jeans work. If my makeup is what has made up my desire for hard labor to put my queen first. How can I redefine my culture and renovate the soul? How can I be the sunshine when the sky is cold? Without a GPS or map, how can I find the road and climb any hurdle that life might show? I think the moral of this piece could be almost anything, but for me it isn't quite. I just wish my creative juices don't ever stop flowing, as long as I can always picture life. As long as I have the canvas and the palette with colors and imagination to bring to life, no matter how hard the times get, I think I'll be alright. If they forget everything I've said tonight, I hope they don't forget this. I love the label poet, but honestly, I'm just a kid with a pencil and a perspective. Thank you.